Two players. And a Grumpcade.
Hey, welcome back.
Hi, welcome back to Grumpcade. So one thing I wanted to talk to you about, I just remembered. So I obviously, as being, born and raised in Australia, I get asked a lot, like, the fuck did your accent go? And I have played videos, told Matt and Ryan or Kevin or whoever at the time to put up videos of the interview with me to show, like...
It's so weird for me.
Yeah,
because I've only known you...
Without my Australian accent.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you go in here?
Triangle?
Oh. So yeah, there was this guy. It was a video that got really popular online.
Do you want to put a button in that and just
hold on? Let me just see what this cutscene.
Yeah, let's see where this is going. This feels very strikingly similar to Raiders of the Lost Ark, but instead of Nazis, they're woodland critters or bush critters rather. Maybe they are Nazi critters. Who knows? And he's gonna put that onto a staff and then use that to highlight where the temple is.
Of course the bad guy's gonna get the MacGuffins. How could it be any other way?
Of course. Well, maybe they're the good guys.
Okay, so...
maybe you're a rogue terrorist trying to stop their structured organization that's behaving within the boundaries of the law.
So, there was a video online that got really popular about accents, and this guy talking about how, like, different celebrities fuck up accents, right?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah,
okay.
that was great.
So...
Is it not true?
No, it's true. It's true.
Okay.
He was very good. He's like linguist, very, very talented, very, very knowledgeable. He did an AMA, and I asked a question because I was very curious. I was just like, hey, can you like maybe shine some light on this? Like, what is the deal with this? And I shared a video of one of our GameGrumps animators where we're doing the Kermit bit, which is me present, and then me back when I was like, like 19 or so, when I was on doing a little interview segment on the show Good Game in Australia on ABC TV, because I used to do
It wasn't us doing the Kermit voice. It was just the
I'm saying no. I'm just giving two links.
Right.
The other one was my old interview on Good Game back when I was like 19 or whatever. Okay. And then I said, what is the deal with this? Both of these guys are me, but I do not really have an Australian accent anymore. Is this like a thing that linguists like understand? Like, why does this happen? And apparently, because me and Chris were talking about, because Chris is Irish and Chris's accent is pretty much almost entirely gone.
It's very, very mild.
So apparently it's this thing called, and I'm probably going to get the name wrong, but if I recall right, it's called like linguistic accommodation.
Oh.
And the idea that if you're not, some people, when they enter a new environment, they will actually accommodate their voice to sound more like the people around them. Not intentionally, but rather instinctually.
Well, it's also true of things like body language and mannerisms, that you'll tend to copy the person you're talking to.
Yeah.
Some people, but most people, you'll pick up on some very subtle cues from the other person, just either to make yourself feel more welcome or to make the other person feel more welcome. Like, oh, look, we're on this level ground. So that... That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so if you look it up, there's a Wikipedia article on it. It's called like it's something accommodation, but basically, do I even have to fight these guys? It doesn't look like they could even catch me.
Now you're playing a Dark Souls style. You're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, but like you just it's like an actual thing, and I was.
Oh no, it's definitely a thing, but it's.
I didn't know it was studied, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, what I think is interesting is just that some people like keep their accent very heavily forever, it seems.
Yeah, I've met
others
tons.
very, very quickly. Like, I've known people that have gone off to school in like the Midwest or something and come back with a bit of an accent.
Wow.
And like only a couple years and they've already picked up on some of the regional dialects. So that's just always really interesting to me.
When I used to go to Dublin to visit my my family there.
There you go.
I would spend maybe like a month or two in Dublin. And I remember my mom hadn't gotten over to Dublin yet to catch up with us because me and my sister went ahead of time. And one of the things was that I picked up the phone to answer it, and I was like, top of the morning to you laddies, I'm Jacksepticeye. And my mom was like, hi, could you put Ross on the phone?
Right.
And I was like, what are you talking about? It is Ross. And then she's like, what the fuck? Like, I like had just developed like a really mild Irish accent in my very short 2 months of being there.
Do you think maybe it's because you grew up in Australia with Irish parents, so you had...
That's very possible.
You had like strong accents surrounding you?
Huh, that's a very good point.
So I mean, kind of like shift very easily.
You've met my parents.
I have.
So
and they don't have very strong Irish accents.
Well,
either.
my dad kind of does.
He does.
He does
more so than your mom.
My
but
mom.
Neither of them have like, top of the morning to you, laddie.
No, they did when they first came over. My mom,
really?
very, very much, I would say, if not intentionally, did kind of eventually have. She does have an Australian accent.
Right. But it's like an Australian-Irish hybrid.
Yeah.
Whereas
my dad
like,
is more so the hybrid. My mom is closer to an actual Australian accent now. But when I was growing up, they still very much had their Irish accents. It's gone now.
But would you say as a kid you had more of an Irish accent?
Yeah.
More of an Australian accent?
Some words I said room really weird, and kids would make fun of me for that. I couldn't say Mario properly. I said Mario or something. I can't even remember what I said.
One of those kids.
I know, but it was just like it was just that was the voice. My sister, but the weird thing, my sister didn't have that. My sister completely sounds Australian. Like she was a fucking Channel 7 news reporter.
Right.
In Perth. So Rebecca Marsh, she was you should probably see her on the TV there if you.
The telly?
She's not there. She's not on the TV right now though because
you
she's
call it telly or TV?
I've called it telly before. I haven't called it telly in a long time.
Oh yeah, because that's more of a not American thing. Yeah, well, so just like your parents were Irish, you were surrounded by Australians, and then you moved to America. So I feel like you just kind of have a hybrid of all of those, but it's like slanted more American because you've been here for a long time.
People have been saying I do a good Jacksepticeye. I like to think that's probably because I grew up with Irish people. Like my dad was an Irish musician and a doctor, and my sister was an Irish dancer, and all my relatives are Irish. So like, so 1, 2, 3, it's weird, right? Like, I don't consider I do consider myself Irish because, genetically, I'm 100% Irish.
It's your heritage. It's not necessarily your direct experience.
Yeah, but but
it's part of your
very
life
little
and your
experience with, like, Ireland full on,
Right.
Although I like it there. I had a good time there.
Oh, yeah, I've been to Ireland. It's gorgeous.
Oh, that's right. You went to see Chris.
We went to Wexford. Wexford, I don't know where that came from. Wexford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple episodes of Father Ted, so I think that makes me
I love Father Ted.
I mean, it makes me an expert on Irish culture.
Yeah, probably. Oh, there's one.
That was an amazing experience. We were watching Father Ted in Chris's flat in Wexford, and Chris was introducing it to us with his roommate Niall. Oh my God, is that like a dead eye?
Is that a dodo?
I don't know.
Why is it weird? Where are the dodos?
And Chris was introducing. I'd seen the IT crowd, and I'd heard of Father Ted, but I'd never seen it. And Chris was like, Father Ted is basically the like national show of Ireland. And I was like,
yeah, that's true.
That's funny, but like, I'm sure he's exaggerating. We're watching it. His flat was on the second story above a street that had a lot of pedestrian traffic. There were a lot of bars and pubs down the street, and his street had some restaurants. People would get drunk and then go down to his street and like have some like late night grub.
Wait, am I supposed to?
And we'd be watching Father Ted with the windows open because it was summertime, and people down on the street below us would start yelling the lines back up to our apartment as we were watching the episode. Like they knew exactly what we were watching and what the lines were. Like everyone knew, and I was like, okay, he wasn't exaggerating. Everyone in Ireland has seen Father Ted. Okay.
I mean, that's like, oh man, I'm trying to think what the Australian equivalent would be. I mean, we have Neighbours, but no one really likes Neighbours. And if you like Neighbours, I'm sorry you have shitty taste.
There's something I was going to bring up earlier, though, when you were talking about the AMA and the language guy. You specifically said that you showed him. Are you trying to catch this guy?
Well, I actually, he didn't respond to me on the AMA. I tweeted at him, I was like, hey, could I get your insight on this? And then he responded on Twitter, and then he was like, oh, actually, there's a comment about it in the AMA, like he said search for accommodation theory, and I was like, oh, okay, and that's how I found it.
Someone asked a similar question.
Someone asked the exact same question, basically.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see it.
Oh, God, get this guy.
Fucking, what is the point of this stupid turkey? He has the thing I need, FYI.
Yeah, he ate the thing.
Can I? Oh, do I have to bite him?
Maybe. He does stop every now and then. Get him.
Oh, he's bleeding.
Is he bleeding?
I don't know. This is red on.
It's just this. Yeah. Yeah, he dropped it. You specifically said that it was a Kermit clip of us. So I thought you were gonna be like, well, in clip A, you can see I used to sound like this.
No.
And then clip B,
I kind of sound like this.
It was
now.
the one where
it's a little bit interesting that now I sound like Kermit.
No, I was more so talking about the one where I was calling Kermit pig fucking whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm in the dunny. Because
was that
the
somewhere over the
shitty
murder?
camera
Was that somewhere over the murder? Because that cracks me the fuck up.
What do you mean?
Like when you were doing Kermit and you were like, I'm gonna murder you, I'm gonna murder you, and then you sing somewhere over the murder, and someone animated it and it has like the word murder arrive over the horizon, and I don't know why it cracks me up as much as it does.
Huh. No, oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh,
that's bullshit.
Yes, it is. Did I do it?
What? Do what?
I said cunt.
What? Did you?
Yeah, I said quite is.
Barry. Here's the thing: if you want to do an Australian accent, you have to go up the end of every sentence.
Oh, yeah?
So it's like, so you'd be like, do it with me now. So I'm just gonna stop playing the game.
Yeah, this is Australian accent 101.
Okay, so you go, how heavy is this rain? Right? So you go,
how heavy is this rain?
Okay, now you go, how heavy is this rain?
How heavy is this rain?
No, rain. You go up at the end of the sentence.
You're kind of going rain. Rain? That'd be going.
You'd be like,
how heavy is this rain?
Can't. It'd be, how heavy is this rain? How heavy is? I'm not even doing a good job myself, honestly.
Yeah.
But like,
how heavy is this rain?
Closer.
How heavy is this rain?
Honestly, I'm not the best person to teach you how to do an Australian accent. All my Australian accents now, they sound, it's either I go home for a bit and then I retrieve what was left of my Australian accent, which did actually happen. If you look up, I'm trying to think how you'd find it. My cousin's kid, Liam's, I think his YouTube channel is just Liam McLeod. I did a Minecraft video with him, and I'd been in Perth for about, I'm gonna say like, man, probably about 2 weeks at the time. Shazza. And I had a bit of an Australian accent when I was doing this Minecraft Let's Play with my cousin's kid, and I think it's still on YouTube. You can look it up. I think it's like 20,000 views.
You're a possum?
What?
Sorry, she just said thanks, possum.
No, you're not a possum.
I didn't think so, but...
what was the point of the story? But yeah, like, the time that I'd spent there was enough for me to kind of get back a bit of my Australian accent. What's going on?
You gotta hit the boulders.
Oh. What? I wasn't...
Shazza's gonna die.
This is stupid. Oh, am I hitting these guys?
Shaz is dead. Shaz is dead. They took her watering bottle.
Then what was the point of any of that?
Well, I also noticed, I think it might have been when we were in Japan, and there was an Australian family that was also traveling, and you ended up talking to them for some reason, and that brought your Australian accent back for like half an hour.
Interesting.
So just talking to people that have that same accent. It's that same kind of accommodation thing where like, you're talking to them and then it kind of brings it back.
I don't understand
there you go.
This at all.
You have to lead them. There's 9 of them, and only,
oh,
7
fuck.
rocks.
Give me more boulders.
Oh, they respawn.
That is so useless.
Do it. Oh, it's too late. Oh, there you go.
Oh, that perspective is really weird. Fuck me.
This is video games. These are video games.
This is so shitty.
I can totally... I know I was kind of shitting on this game earlier. I can totally understand someone playing this game in 2003.
Oh yeah, I would have loved
every second of it.
I would have loved this in 2003. I'm just spoiled now.
Yeah, we're super spoiled. And these kinds of games have just fallen out of favor.
Yeah. I was very fond of games like this, to be honest.
Jak and Daxter was the only one that really grabbed me. I loved Jak and Daxter.
Well, he looks like
Rocksteady?
Yeah.
Bebop?
No, he looks like Bebop.
Bebop. Is Bebop the rhino?
No, Rocksteady is.
Rocksteady's the rhino. I always flip them.
Hi, worries.
Finest out of the crake. Is that a good thing?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate having my Australian translator on hand.
Oh, I'm back. I'm done. Well, okay, cool. All right.
Sweet.
I guess I'm gonna go through this hall.
Go through that hole next time on Grumpcade. Next time on Grumpcade.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
You got it, Barry.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah. Here.
That's right.
Here.
Okay, just stop.
Yeah.